We're at our closer for the day, and our closer is a movie that I unfortunately watched last night, a movie that put me to sleep, and a movie that caused actor Chris Evans to call everyone in the Middle East idiots who are going to die like the dinosaurs. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about no other than Lightyear. Chris Evans is the new Buzz Lightyear. He has replaced Tim Allen, and he believes that if you have a problem with the gay kiss in the Lightyear movie, then you're an idiot who's going to die off like the dinosaurs. Now, he said this, ironically, right after his movie was banned in multiple Middle Eastern outlets. So, to kind of explain to you what happened here, obviously, Chris Evans replaced Tim Allen as the voice of Lightyear. They did a solo movie regarding the film, but there was a huge argument and debate internally within Disney about whether they were going to keep a scene that showed one of the characters having a same-sex kiss with her wife in the film. And there was initially Disney was going to remove that scene altogether because obviously there was going to lose a lot of markets if they kept the scene in. But after Rob DeSantis passed the Florida parental bill, which banned the teaching of gender ideology and transgenderism to kindergartners in third grade, the bill that the left calls the "Don't Say Gay" bill, Disney decided to add the scene back into the movie. So as a result, the film got banned in Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Egypt, Kuwait, Qatar, China, Malaysia, and Indonesia, multiple countries. So there was a lot of countries that clearly did not like the fact that that scene was put into the movie, and it caused a lot of uproar. Well, about a day after those countries banned the film, Chris Evans did an interview talking about the backlash regarding that scene. And here's what he had to say about that scene. He said, "The real truth is those people are idiots. There are always going to be people who are afraid and unaware of trying to hold on to what was before. Those people will die off like the dinosaurs," Chris Evans said in an interview with Reuters. He said, "The goal is to pay them no mind, march forward, embrace growth, and what makes us human." So he continued by expressing his frustration about the scene and about the scene causing so many problems overseas. Is that it's tough to not be a little frustrated that even the topic has to be a topic of discussion. The goal is that we can get to a point where it is the norm, that we don't have to have some uncharted waters, that eventually they'll just be this way, that representation across the board is how we make films. Now, obviously, if you guys don't know, Chris Evans is a very outspoken, progressive actor. Y'all know him for playing Captain America in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But he's known over the last few years on Twitter for attacking Donald Trump, for attacking many Republicans over the years. There's plenty of articles where he slammed Republicans, where he slammed the Trump administration on many incidents. So he talked about him being so outspoken on social media against pretty much half the country. And he said that in an interview that you don't want to alienate half of your audience, but I'd be disappointed in myself if I didn't speak up, especially for the fear of monetary repercussions or career damage. That just feels really gross to me. Now, as of this was earlier this week when I wrote this, Lightyear was supposed to have a release in the UAE. That release has now been canceled. And the Office of Ministry and Youth Culture in the Emirates said that the movie has not been licensed for a public screening in the country due to its violation of media content standards. Now, in Malaysia, the largest movie chain in the country, GSC, tweeted "No Beyond," saying that they will not be showing the movie in their country. And obviously, that goes to show that there's also major restrictions in Saudi Arabia, mostly due to its depiction of homosexuality on screen and its depiction of gods and prophets and things of that nature. Now, Saudi Arabia has also banned movies like West Side Story, Doctor Strange 2, and Eternals for similar reasons. And China has not released it for similar reasons as well.
Yeah.
I want to go ahead and just talk about what Chris Evans said, then I'll go back to the Tim Allen portion of this first. So I want to get you guys' thoughts. What do you think of Chris Evans essentially slamming everyone in the Middle East for having a problem with the same-sex scene in the film? I want to start off with Cassie and go around. So, yeah, Chris Evans.
Chris Evans is just a couch-sitting, tweeting activist that really, it's just, my question to him is, well, if you really believe in this, why don't you just go to Saudi Arabia and protest about same-sex marriage and all that. If you really believe that, because in our history, there has been plenty of people that chose to be martyrs for things that they truly believed in. So, you know, you could sit on your couch like a couch fucking potato and tweet about this and that and how bad and evil these people are and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, do you really believe in any shit that you're saying? It's just, you're just trying to go with the crowd. At the end of the day, all these people care about is money, and his film that he's a part of isn't being shown in multiple countries. So, you know, that decreases their revenue stream. And it's just pathetic that this is the type of person that thinks that everyone should be accepted, but he won't accept the fact that there are just countries that are different from his country, and he won't respect that. He actually wants these people to die. That's what it sounds like to me, arguably. Yeah. I mean, just because they have a different culture. I mean, I asked my best friend about it, who's Muslim, and she said, and she's just a regular person. She doesn't get involved in politics. She just is your regular average person that stays out of the politics, just wants to live her life. And she just says, I wish that all actors would just shut the fuck up about their political beliefs and just make movies.
Yeah. TW, what do you think of it?
Oh, man. These motherfuckers just need some hobbies. Go do something. Play some tennis. You know, play some tennis. Get in an orgy. Fucking, I don't know.
Well, it's Hollywood. I think they do that anyway.
Exercise or something. Like, bro, come on. Bro, if I was out there and had those types of opportunities, I'd be active as shit right now. But, I mean, being where I'm at, I'm like, bro, I'd be doing the same thing Chris Evans is doing, but I'm not even doing that.
Yeah.
I never knew this guy was such an outspoken liberal, though. That's new to me.
Yeah.
He's been like this for years, so it's not a new development. So and then that was, and I want to talk about that in a second too. Once we get to Rob about the Tim Allen thing, but Rob, what do you think about his comments about saying that if you don't like the same-sex kids in the children's film, by the way, that there's something wrong with you?
Well, I'm a little I don't know. I don't like censorship at all. Okay, like I'm actually like I'm pretty much against it in any form. So while I might definitely agree that its placement in a children's film is certainly an interesting creative choice, you know, like that certainly brings up questions. I never want to support anybody saying you can't see this because that's weird. But when it comes to his comments, it's ridiculously ignorant and naive. And for somebody that constantly preaches diversity and, you know, caring, you know, wanting people of all walks of life and all shapes and sizes and different viewpoints to come together and you know, share a space or something, it's like you're pretty ignorant of what other people believe, you know, and, you know, that it's very funny how that butts up against the sort of political ideology that's constantly spouted by these people.
Yep. And then I want to bring this point up too before we jump over to the Tim Allen portion, because there is a portion of that I want to cover as well. But after Evans made these comments, the projections of Lightyear went down. Now, it was originally expected to do $80 million at the local box office here in the United States. Well, after a soft opening on Thursday, those projections went down from 80 to 60. And now they're projecting they could do under $60 million as well. Now, Scott Middleton talked about this on Twitter, basically saying how they could do under $60 million. But of course, he tried to like softball it by saying, well, it had nothing to do with the controversy regarding like the kiss or anything like that. But it has to say, well, but when you're essentially slamming people for having a problem with a scene in a movie that they haven't even seen yet, in a time of, you know, hyperinflation and record gas prices, that's something that will motivate people to be like, yeah, you know what? Maybe I don't want to go spend $120 at the movie theater to go watch this film with my family. Maybe I'll just stay home and watch something else.
They would have done. They would have, if he didn't say anything, right? Let's say that Chris Evans doesn't even do the interview. It would have been better. because he brought awareness to this thing. It could have just been like under the radar. The United Arab Emirates, these people aren't going to show it in their country. But he gave an interview to kind of be like, I had to say something. I would feel gross. It's like, well, wait a minute. You were probably paid to give this interview by whoever, Pixar? Is that
exactly.
To sort of
the
maybe
press thing.
To combat it, and it was like, it didn't do you any favors, because I saw a report that said it's supposed to hit 133 million. Now it's probably going to be a lot lower than that. So, I think I saw Friday take was only 23 million, and Thursday's was only 5. So it's only made 28 million before. I mean, we're not at the weekend yet, so we'll see how it goes. But
Yeah, and that's another thing too. It's like not only just like his answer, but like I say, he could have put it in a much like different light. He could have said, "Well, it's unfortunate that some people feel this way, but I feel strongly about the film and I feel strongly about the scene. So I mean, people are up to make their own decisions about it." But he went as far as to say, "Yeah, no, you're an idiot if you have a problem with this, and you'll probably die off like the dinosaurs." Which is like that's a great quote that you want on there on the week that you want people to bring their families to go watch this movie, because I mean. You're talking about like we're not talking about just like one guy going out on like a Thursday and watching a movie. It's like this is a kid's film, so that means that parents that already work hard throughout the week and are already getting screwed over with inflation and the stock market and everything are going to have to pony up $100 to take their kids to the movie theater. They got to put gas in their car. They're paying $5 a gallon right now to drive to the movie so they can watch a movie of an entitled actor that said that they're going to die like the dinosaurs if you don't like this gay kiss in the film. It's like. There's absolutely no self-awareness with these people whatsoever.
Nah. Remember that Chris Evans, like one of his big first starring roles was in Not Another Teen Movie.
Dude, I was
and what's funny is a couple years later, a movie I went to see in the theaters called The Perfect Score had Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson as like as teenagers, high school students stealing the SAT, and it's just like I just remember that stuff whenever like. Chris Evans says something pompous and ridiculous. It's like, dude, you are absolutely nowhere, and just because you're Captain America, like whatever, man. It's so irrelevant.
I was just like, bro, I was just about to say that too. Because I was just like, dude, this was the guy in like Not Another. I remember from like Not Another Teen Movie was just like the happy-go-lucky douchey jock.
Yeah,
like where's that?
The Freddie Prinze Jr. clone,
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, the fact that they got this guy, out of all people, to play the most patriotic superhero in arguably all of comics, goes to show you a lot. But I want to hit up one last point here, and it's about Tim Allen. Now, Patricia Heaton, as you know from Everyone Loves Raymond, went on Twitter earlier this week and talked about the fact that Disney replaced Tim Allen. Because obviously, as we all know, Tim Allen is a conservative. And his political opinions don't really line up with what modern day Disney is, which is arguably one of the reasons why they replaced him with Chris Evans. Well, Patricia Heaton went on Twitter with a couple of tweets, and she said that she saw the trailer for a Buzz Lightyear, and all she has to say is that Disney and Pixar made a huge mistake by not casting Tim Allen in the role, which he originated. And then the role that he owns, he is Buzz Lightyear. Why would they completely castrate an iconic, beloved character? And she went a second tweet here. I believe there was a second tweet. Maybe it got removed on here.
Oh.
Is that it?
Oh, it said, why remove the one element? Yeah, here it is. I think it just added the wrong tweet on there. But she said, why remove the one element that people wanted to see? But hashtag stupid Hollywood decision. So she pretty much attacks Pixar for recasting Tim Allen in the first place. Yeah, so what do you guys think about them doing a Buzz Lightyear movie without the voice of Buzz Lightyear, Tim Allen? Do you think that also hurt the movie?
Definitely. Because for most people who like me, who grew up with Tim Allen as Buzz Lightyear, they're gonna like look at this movie and like as soon as Buzz even speaks, I'm like, oh, what fresh hell is this? Mm-hmm. This is not the Buzz Lightyear I remember. This is bullshit.
Yeah. And in the film, he's basically doing like his best Tim Allen impersonation as far as the voice goes, which makes the question, why didn't you just get Tim Allen? But I think you already know the answer to that question. Cassie, what do you think about the Tim Allen not being in the movie?
It dissuaded me from even wanting to see it. If it's not Tim Allen, I don't give a fuck, period. Exactly. I mean, Chris Evans being typical dickface Chris Evans is just icing on the cake at this point.
Yeah.
Yep. Rob, what do you think?
And yeah, I have not seen an animated movie since I can't remember, over 20 years. And I haven't seen a Toy Story movie since the first one came out, and I was 6 years old. So I have no investment in this, but that does not bode well for for a movie I'm gonna go see tomorrow. Just to be able to review it, and I just have no relationship to it. But I think that people on Twitter were saying Chris Evans, it's not a big deal because they're bringing back Tim Allen for the Santa Claus series on Disney Plus or something in like a couple months. And okay. I don't think that a streaming TV series really compares to like a well-known franchise character.
Not at all.
In terms of money and monetary value and what that, in terms of having a lasting impact in the culture. But it's just like it's unfortunate because the fans wanted Tim Allen to be in that role, and they kind of deprived them of that.
Yep, I agree 100%. Like I said, I think we all kind of know why it happened. But look, at the end of the day, everyone knows that Tim Allen is the voice of Buzz Lightyear. Tom Hanks is the voice of
Woody.
Will be, and you can't change that. And trying to change that, and maybe that's the reason why this film is possibly, I wouldn't say it's going to flop, because it'll probably end up at least breaking even, but it won't be as big as a financial success that it should have been, because this is a movie that they spent $200 million on just on production alone. So a movie like that's probably gonna have to make like $500 million just to break even. So they'll probably get a little bit past the break even point, but not exactly what you're expecting out of the Toy Story franchise film. Just put it that way. Well,